Greetings, everyone. My name is Charles Kovach, the not safe for work presidential candidate campaigning for a more direct democracy. And once again, I'm going to be doing a little bit of reading, as you can tell by me wearing my glasses. And unfortunately, once again, I'm going to be involving our current president, Donald Trump, in this. Now, as you may or may not have heard, there's been a whole hullabaloo about an executive order that Donald Trump recently signed. And even though it is not up on the Federal Register yet, I managed to come across what appears to be the executive order. So if it is inaccurate, I do apologize. I will compare it when it shows up on the Federal Register. But it seems like something that is fairly accurate. So let's begin reading this thing. This is Executive Order Combating Anti-Semitism. By the authority vested in me as President of the President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1. Policy. My administration is committed to combating the rise of anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic incidents in the United States and around the world. Anti-Semitic incidents have increased since 2013. And students in particular continue to face anti-Semitic harassment in schools and on university and college campuses. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Title VI, which is 42 U.S.C. 2000 Delta ex sequitur, prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, and national origin in programs and activities receiving federal financial assistance. All Title VI does not cover discrimination based on religion. Individuals who face discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin do not lose protection under Title VI for also being a member of a group that shares common religious practices. Discrimination against Jews may give rise to a Title VI violation when the discrimination is based on an individual's race, color, or national origin. It shall be the policy of the executive branch to enforce Title VI against prohibited forms of discrimination rooted in anti-Semitism as vigorously as all other forms of discrimination prohibited by Title VI. Now, of course, I have to ask the question, even though it says combating anti-Semitism, what about combating hatred towards other religions? Already this seems like a Israel told me to do it move. So, Section 2. Ensuring robust enforcement of Title VI. Alpha. In enforcing Title VI and identifying evidence of discrimination based on race, color, or national origin, all executive departments and agencies charged with enforcing Title VI shall consider the following. 1. Non-legally binding working definition of anti-Semitism adopted on May 26, 2016 by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, which states anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as a hatred towards Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and/or their property, toward community institutions and religious facilities. Okay. That's a very interesting definition. What is this certain perception of Jews? It doesn't say. So, everybody going around saying, oh, if I go by this definition, I could say anyone is anti-Semitic. Oh, you have a certain perception of Jews. Doesn't matter what perception that is, it's just a certain one. And 2, the contemporary examples of anti-Semitism identified by the IHRA, to the extent that any examples might be useful as evidence of a discriminatory intent. And Bravo. In considering the materials described in subsections Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 of this section, this agency shall not diminish or infringe upon the right protected, any right protected by under federal law or under the First Amendment. As with all other Title VI complaints, the inquiry into whether a particular act constitutes discrimination prohibited by Title VI will require a detailed analysis of the allegations. Section 3. Additional authorities prohibiting anti-Semitic discrimination. Within 120 days of the date of this order, the head of each agency charged with enforcing Title VI shall submit a report to the President through the Assistant to the President for Domestic Policy, identifying additional and non-discrimination authorities within its enforcement authority with respect to which the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism could be considered. Section 4, Rule of Construction. Nothing in this order shall be construed to alter the evidentiary requirements pursuant to which an agency makes a determination that conduct, including harassment, amounts to actionable discrimination, or to diminish or infringe upon the rights protected under any other provision of law. So far, except for the agency's got to report back on this, it doesn't seem like a whole lot. Now, of course, reading between the lines, you could make the argument that, oh, all these agencies got to be more aware of it now, so now they're going to instinctively be looking at, or trying to, well, not trying to, well, yeah, you could say trying to construe things as being anti-Semitic. That would be a valid argument. But on its face, there's not a whole lot. Remember, there's just as much psychology in politics as there are politics in politics. Section 5, General Provisions. Alpha, nothing in this order shall be construed to impair or otherwise affect 1. The authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof, or 2. The functions of the director of the Office of Management and Budget relating to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. Bravo. This order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. Charlie, this order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit or substantive or procedural enforceable at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. I feel like I skipped something. So I was looking at this before. I was looking at it yesterday when I was really in a lot of pain and really tired because I was in a lot of pain. And I could have sworn I saw something in here about viewing Judaism as a ethnicity or nationality, but maybe that was oh, that appears to be it. So yeah, I could have sworn I saw it. Oh well. Well, that was one thing I wanted to talk about was, well, normally I don't read these beforehand, but because like I said, I could have sworn, I can't see it right now. I'm still a little tired, but I could have sworn I saw something in here saying that they're going to recognize Jews as a nationality rather than just a religion, in which case it's kind of like, alright, well, it is. And once again, this is not the official one from the Federal Register. I'll look on there and see if anything's different. But yeah, that's the executive order that's creating a whole hullabaloo. Okay, well, it says when the discrimination against Jews may give rise to a violation when it's based on race, color, or national origin. Oh, okay, so this is it right here. It should be the policy of the executive branch to enforce Title VI against prohibited forms of discrimination rooted in anti-Semitism as vigorously as against all other forms of discrimination prohibited by Title VI. Um, so yeah, I mean, in that case, I have to ask the question: why not other religions as well? Why can't we protect the Hare Krishnas just as vigorously as the Jews? Um, so this, obviously, you can see my problems with it. Um, but again, there's that whole like Jews as a nationality thing. I mean, that is why we have the Holocaust and all. They weren't looking like, oh, whose family has ever practiced Judaism? No, they were looking people through ethnicity. Looking for people. The Germans were looking for people through ethnicity, because it is an ethnic race. Um, but yeah, seems like more coddling to Israel and that really destructive government over there that is, what's it called? You know, basically doing the same thing as was done to their people in the Holocaust. They've created their, well, with minus the burning in ovens and all other experiments on the people. Although I don't really know about experiments on people because they've been arresting Palestinians on pre-crime and just like who knows what they're doing to them after that. So, anyways, that's the executive order. Once again, I'll check and see if there's any difference once it goes up in the register. And my name is Charles Kovach. I am campaigning for a more direct democracy, and I thank you for your time.